All right, I'm back with part 2 for the hamburger steak, which took me forever. I just kept saying, like, couldn't remember what I was calling it, but it's hamburger steak. I have already done my hamburger steak. I've like put it into like a little bowl with a hole in it, and I'm preheating my cast iron skillet. I do not have a black top. I know those are real popular, but I don't have one of those. So I'm just gonna use my cast iron skillet to put the hamburger steak in that I prepped overnight, which has it's 2 pounds of ground beef, an egg, seasoning, half a roll of Ritz crackers, or a full roll if you use a snack pack. And the seasonings I used were the McCormick hamburger seasoning, garlic pepper, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning. And so I'm going to start the cooking. It's on like medium high heat, but if you cook in a cast iron skillet, then you know sometimes once it gets hot, you may have to adjust the temperature so that your food doesn't burn. That's what's happening today. So I'm just gonna put it in here. In there, but remember, this is my from scratch day. So after making the hamburger steak, then I'm gonna use the things from, like the drippings from the hamburger steak to create a gravy from scratch. And I'm gonna cut up my onion for the gravy. So in my gravy, I have an onion, salt, pepper, and then flour and water, and I'll add it as needed, but I'll show you that process. Right now, we just have the patties in the cast iron skillet. I have not used any oil or anything like that. It'll create its own oil. The ground beef will create its own oil, or its own liquid. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna show you how things are going over here, flipping this hamburger steak, which I'm really excited about. And that you could smell it, like when I took off the aluminum foil. I'm trying real hard to say aluminum because where I'm from is aluminum, and I don't want y'all to be like, what? The aluminum foil off of the prepped ground beef. That's what I have it sitting on because I don't believe in wasting. So I got some in. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then I'll show you guys what's happening. So while I wait for the hamburger steak, it's just gonna cook about 5 to 7 minutes on each side, depending on how done you want your ground beef. I'm gonna cut my onion. Did y'all know that onions make you cry? Yeah, girl, we knew that. But I found out most recently that some people don't. Like, it doesn't, I don't know what their products are made out of, but they just don't cry. Maybe you have to already love onions. Maybe that's the key. But I don't already love onions. So what I found out is if you put a glass of water close to where you're cutting the onion, that the water will absorb the chemicals coming from the onion that make you cry, so you don't have to worry about crying. And I have water close to me, and usually them onions will be sending me up out of here. I have to do a dance, go wash my hands and wash my face. Right now I'm not doing that. So if you're one of the people that love onions but onions make you cry when you're cutting them, try putting a glass of water or a cup of water or something, a water source close to it, because it will work. I'm literally doing it right now, and here is my cup of water that's really close. So give it a try. Okay, I'm just gonna cut my onions, and I'm gonna cut my onions pretty big because my family doesn't want them. So I want them for flavor, but I also want my family to be able to see them, so if they don't want them, they can pick them out. So I just cut my onion in half, and then I'll cut slices of the onion. And it'll be sitting, waiting until it's time for, the onion will be sitting and waiting until it's time for gravy, which shouldn't take too long. Bath, no tears, because I cut an onion. No tears, no tears, cut an onion. Y'all gotta try it. I'm telling you, it works. It's like magic. I don't believe in no magic. I mean, I do. Disney magic is real. I love it. But okay. I noticed it was cooking a little too fast, so I went ahead and covered it a little bit just to absorb some of the juices. And I also turned my heat down a little bit from high to medium, or medium high to medium heat, just to adjust it. And we're back on track because I can see the condensation and I can see that it's slowed down, because I don't want tough meat either. So I'm pulling some of the hamburger steak out. Looks really good, nice and juicy. Some of it's ready. I finally got the temperature that I want. And it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna cook your meat till you're done with how you like it, how you're gonna eat it. Okay, so final step, the hamburger steak is done. And remember, your hamburgers are going to be cooked the way that you would typically have a burger. So if you like your burgers medium well, then you're going to do that. If you like yours burnt to a crisp, you're going to do that. You would cook it the way that you typically would. So now I'm going to make the gravy.